There it is. There it is. What's going on, world? You know, it's funny, energy and all that shit. You know, last time I was here, I was doing the same shit. Tripped out something different. See the reflection off my hand. I got the light going. The light is on. The light is good. You know, we in the park. You might be able to hear my guy in the background. I don't even know who he is, but he's getting his workout in. Shout out to Brick getting the workout in. You got to get the late night workout. Doesn't matter what time of the day. Get your calisthenics, whatever. Get the push ups. You know what I'm saying? Get all that in, man. Get what you got to do. Do what you got to do. Yes, sir. Do what you got to do to get it in, bro. I'm telling you. Hey, man, there it is, man. For those wondering, man, this is the nada nada. This ain't nothing, man. You know, I decided to go outside and just hang out a bit. I'm gonna get the proper angles. You know, I got the light right here. Got the one kind of to the left, and then one kind of like to the left off to the side. So I'm gonna stand in front of like, here's what I'm saying. I'm right here, right? Here's the phone. Turn the lighting on the actual phone, so it turns up the brightness and the contrast a bit. And the thing went out like that. That's crazy. It's out like that. Straight like that. And I'm grateful, man. What can I say, man? I can never not say it enough. I'm always gonna be grateful. Always gonna be grateful. Always, man. I gotta spit in the proper direction. Two. So we got the 1J. I don't know if I'm gonna hit the double. The pack comes with double, but I don't really need it. Yet the whole day I've been feeling hungry. I don't know what it is. You know, I was just looking around. You know, everything from the workplace. You know, they was giving us free food to the actual like just we were reorganizing some stuff. I kept seeing food and food related stuff. I just kept getting hungry the whole day. I kept getting hungrier as the day kept going. I'm just getting hungrier. I'm like, bro, I'm getting hunger every time you keep showing me stuff. I don't know what that is. I don't even know why the thing ain't burning the way I need it to be. Camille, Camille Butler, what's going on? Appreciate it. Appreciate you dropping in. Let me know if you can hear me. I got the microphone attached, but let me know if you can hear me. You can see me speaking, maybe not. But let me know if you can hear me, because my mic's a little funny. I'll be doing test runs when I pre-record, so I'm gonna get back to that pre-recording, top-notch quality. Get back to the pre-recording. Get back in the spaces. I got my reservations for Friday. I got my reservations. Actually, I don't know. I got to double check the reservations on Saturday, but during the holidays, I might have that shit open and vacant, so I might be able to do it. You can hear me? All right, appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. I'm gonna keep that setting right there. I'm gonna keep that same setting right there. What can I say? You know, you found me by chance. Is it fate? I couldn't tell you. Let's find that out. But the sorbet doing his job. So we'll see, man. Let's see about it. That shit whack. Let's see what happens. Let's see what they got, man. See what that is, man. See what that is, man. What's going on tonight, man? What's going? See what that song. See what it's about. With the Q&A up top in the corner. Let's see what's going on. Talking about or whatever. Whether it's that, or whether it's like some form of pain, whether it's some form of memory, whatever it is, man. People just they don't want to hear that shit. And it's funny because it's just like, that's fear, man. I get it. At 1 second, everyone's chilling. They ain't got time to be no one's therapist. So I get that. I've been in that position before where I'm like, I got a friend divulging a little too much. I'm like, hey, man, this might not be the time and place. So I get that. But it's just like moments, whether it's my platform or the next. My platform or just some public shit. People just be like, not fucking with me. So I'm like, damn, you know what? There's a meme I saw the other day. It was a meme I saw. It said basically, it said when you're trying to open up, and be honest, and that turns into an argument, that lets you know who you're dealing with. You understand? Once you start opening up, Once you start telling the truth and getting emotional and opening up and really telling whatever, and then that turns into an argument, you know who you're dealing with. Does that make sense? Because I've had that before. I'll sit there, I just open up. I'll be like, I'm in, safe whatever, safe company. Some people just be staring. I might have a look, I might have a face, I might have a look. So I understand it. Like I get it, man. And I was talking to him about this stuff. I was like, man, I'd be going through that shit. And it's funny because I'd be in, certain predicaments and situations. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? I'm saying that here. I'm saying that sometimes it's a predicament, whether it's your own people or your own type of people or people from similar backgrounds and stuff. And the problem with that is like it leads to an altercation. Now, here's the bigger problem. I'm okay. I'm with the shits. That's the problem, man. I'm with the shits. Sometimes, a lot of times, I really don't want to do shit. You understand? I really don't want to do shit. I'm just like, nah, bro. Let this one go. Fuck that shit. That's some bullshit. Let that shit go. On the other hand, I'm like, man, let's see what it really is, because I might have to take it there. Because he talking about he loved the color blue. He saw me coming with the baby blues. Yeah, we used to wop, 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 whoop de wop. I'm saying all this shit. I'm like, you know what, dog? He probably ain't wrong. It's just funny how it play out. And then, he started getting into the real shit, talking about why he smoked weed, why it helps him with his epilepsy or like his bodily seizures. And I'm like, that's all I need to hear, man. I want to hear the real shit. I don't want to hear no goofy shit. Give me the real shit. So he told me the real, and I was okay with that. I can't make this stuff up, man. These people exist. Like shit like that, man. My guy in the area, he's a homeless dude, man. He be around. He only talks to you if you talk to him or acknowledge him. Dude started following me around. Dude, I mean, he might have been on accident. He damn near followed me around inside. This is the summertime. He started having a conversation with me, man. This is my guy. It was nothing crazy, but last time we had a conversation, he was cussing me out. I'm sitting at the bus stop. That's what he said to me that day. That was like the beginning. That's what he said to me. I'm like, what the fuck? Dude comes back around. This is shit I'm talking about. He comes back around like summertime, sometime later in the summer. I'm about to blow my nose. I ain't gonna lie to you. Boy, man, to blow the nose, man. Shit, I gotta blow my nose. That's crazy. The timing of this shit. The timing of this stuff. It's like everybody comes in at this time. It's crazy. But he comes back in the summertime, and he basically follows me into the light. I acknowledged him 2-3 times, and then he said, "Yeah, it's the third time. It might not be a coincidence." It's like, the fuck, bro. These people be around. It's this, that, third. It's all vice versa. It's all the same, bro. That shit fucked me up. I was like, what's going on? What is happening? Why is it happening like this? But that's what he did. I was like, bro, why is he saying this right now? Like I said, man, I'm around this shit. So I be around it all the time. My guy on, bro. What the hell? At the library, had somebody, just flexing on me. I'm like, we were trying to blow my nose over there. I got flexed on. You feel me? You see that shit? Damn, what the hell? You see that shit? Is that on the phone though? That might have been on the phone. I see something else. That one had lights. You see? This plane right here got lights. I saw some other shit though. I don't know what the hell. Bro tried to flex on me over there. I was like, what did I do? Trying to blow my nose. He got scared. That's really what happened. But it's not my business. It's just what he ended up doing and how I almost ended up reacting to it. I was tripping. I was like, damn, I probably should have did a little more, but I don't know. I left it as is, man. I left it alone. Left that shit alone, man. That's just me. I thought about it. I was like, you know what? And someone actually congratulated me on this. It's kind of weird. They're like, bro, you've been exercising your sense of peace or whatever so much that you weren't even gonna allow yourself to put yourself in that situation. I was like, you know, yeah, you're probably right. Bro really just said some disrespectful words. I could have just been a man or an adult about it. Like, hey, what's that about? What's that about, really? Just figure that out. But the more I think about it, I was like, that's some mature shit because I really didn't let it get to me. I just stayed focused on my task. I was like, you know what, man? I'm gonna do what I need to do. But at the same time, the fact that my paranoia has me walking around prepared more than necessary every day, I'm just like, okay, that's one thing. Part two is what people are actually going through, what people are, actually getting disrespected and violated and discriminated and all that shit. It's happening to other people as much as it's happening to me. People got one or two stories here and there. I got about one or two. I got some personal joints that I might just leave, because I'm like, all right, man, if I see bro again, it's gonna be a real beef situation, one-on-one, one-on-one kind of piece, whatever. But none of this like out in the public, outing people and whatever. I'm gonna handle my shit is what I'm trying to say. And that's my problem is I'm with the shits. I'm with the shits, man. What I'm trying to say is this, bro. I'll be going to these places and like just whether it's based off of appearance, my presence, whatever it is. And then, there's other people I know, they're a lot more worse because sometimes either they're homeless or they're just tall as shit. They're black. So people, disrespect them, treat them a certain way. But nonetheless, they try to play it off and be like, oh, I'm going to pretend to be friendly or whatever. You know what I mean? I don't know. I couldn't tell you what, right or wrong if people are handling things the correct way or whatever. I couldn't tell you that. But what I will say is this, man. Despite that, to simply have and hold that fear, it kind of means you ain't been out the house enough or you're just scared of everything, which is fair. Just fair. So I get it. It's fair. But the idea that like everything scares you, it's like you must have had a great life. See, the problem with my family on both mom and dad's side, they've been through so much shit, trauma-wise, etc., that it's just like we're always prepared for something. Even me, I'm prepared to be around crazy shit, and I'm just trying to be people's friends. I'd be friends with the craziest people sometimes, man. Like people like, damn, you friends with so and so? You really just chopped it up with this dude for like half an hour. I'm like, yeah, that's my guy. Is that motherfucker dangerous, man? Why are you talking to him? I'm like, nah, that's my friend. So I be thinking about this since I was a kid up to this point, man. I'd be friends with the craziest people, the wildest people, the craziest mental wonky people, just the wildest individuals, and some of the most dangerous. Touch them, man. I just thought they were my friends. I just thought they were people that wanted to communicate with me, willing to communicate with me, and I was doing the same. That's it. We say what's up, we say hi. That's it. It's not special, man. It's not special. We just say hi to each other. We just say what's up. It's not special. So what I'm saying is the chaos and whatever, all that is so normal to me, man. Like I was telling my friend, like I said, I went to Tampa, I went to New York City. The amount of just being on point throughout the whole city, the whole day, etc. Like just being on point, just saying, looking at things and just being in the moment. I live for that. I was like, oh, this is up my alley. I ain't lived like this in a long time. Let me not say long time, but in spurts. But just with the fact that my old neighborhood used to be that way before all the gentrification, it was like you was just on point every damn day. Checking shit, checking corners, you know what I'm saying? Head on a swivel. You know what I'm saying? Just, pretend to be smooth, whatever, left, right, forward. You know what I mean? Just all that. That's what was going on in NYC. That's what went on in Tampa. And I was like, okay, you know what? It's crazy because I'm still on point like that. And I carry that in. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Let me not say that there's anything wrong with that. I'm not trying to say that. But I will say the fact that I carried that into other places let me know that, you can't take that out of me. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the things that like I just, for whatever reason, I still have that conditioning. Everywhere I go, I just got that. You know what I'm saying? And like I be noticing and seeing the signs sometimes, and I just be like, oh, okay, this is happening right here. Little shits right here, little movements right here, little activities right here. Like I'm seeing it. And it's like it really ain't that bad. But I gotta navigate through this shit because these people don't know me and they want to find out who's who and what's going on, So you gotta be careful when you're out of town. That's just what I'm saying. So I knew this. I knew this already. Man, my thing is this, man. I was sitting there like, this shit is normal for me. That's fucked up. I think in my dad's time, that shit was normal for him. And he went through martial law back home on the islands. My grandpa, you know what I'm saying? That shit was normal for him. Maybe not to this hood degree, but he was like, he has seen that shit. He has seen what war is actually like. World War II era, back in the 30s. He's seen it firsthand on the islands. Great grandpa, you know what I'm saying? They had seen some shit for sure. Generationally, they've been seeing and going through shit, you know what I'm saying? Shit wasn't even documented. It was spoken about, but never documented. They went through some shit for sure. You know, we go as far back to my great grandpa. So my great grandpa's dad. Man was a Spanish friar, so you know he was enforcing some bullshit or just on some bullshit. Who the fuck know? Or just going through the bullshit. But what I'm saying is, you know, understanding the history of like certain times of war / peace or just crazy shit going on the islands, and then just understanding up to this point, your family line has never had a sense of peace. It's always some kind of war, beef, or whatever. There's never time to really be simply at peace and educated, to just simply be peaceful, educated, and just have like, you know, just whatever. I don't, you know, I see that shit all the time, man. I see that shit. I'll be talking to and I'd be meeting white American people and their families, and a lot of times they're like, man, I couldn't imagine ever having to go through this, then the third. I couldn't imagine going through, you know, this kind of feeling, or I don't know what that feels like. And that's a crazy realization, and it's a nice, honest conversation to have. It's a great, nice conversation to have. It's a great, honest, nice, and you know, sometimes deep conversation to have, especially if these are your friends and they care about you. It's some nice shit, bro. It's nice to have the moments, bro. But at the same fucking time, it's like, damn, why can't I get that? I ain't got time to be thinking about it too much. I want to get it started now for myself and then the generations after me to come. And that's what I'm saying. It's like, you know, people will dilly-dally and talk shit to each other, get under each other's skin and play around. And that's cool and that's fun. And then again, sometimes it becomes consistent. And then they'll do the consistent shit. And then, you know, whatever. But it's just like with other people, whether you're from the hood or you're just like a person of color, especially if you're from the hood and you're a person of color, it's like, but you do that shit to each other, man. We do that shit to each other all the time. And then that should be leading to the altercation. The altercation gets worse. It spills over. And then it's like a shootout, or somebody gets, you know, hit in the head with some crazy shit. It's just like, it's one thing after another. And it just don't stop. And I'm like, you know, man, I'm not saying it's not getting any better. I'm not saying I never tried to make things better. I'm not saying, you know, your boy out here, I did my best, man. You know, I've been trying my best, man. Whether it was on the organizing front, a personal front, whatever I'm doing. People can't say I never tried. People can't say I never give a fuck either. Can't ever say that. You know? But when I see people drop the ball, I'm like, whoa. I see it all the time. People just, you know, saying they got the rock, they can do it, they can be the guy, the example, whatever, and they drop the ball. I'm like, oh, what? But why that? Why, you know, like why? You got some good times, man. You could just share it. You got some good times. You can sit there and just be on that some time. If we all stay on point, you know, we just keep on elevating. No one can knock one of us down. They got to get at all of us, and they can't do that. They can't do that. So that's all I want, man. I just want, you know, some peace and some non-chaoticness, you know what I'm saying? Some peace and harmony, if you will, you know, for lack of a better term, some peace and harmony, man. For once in my personal life, consistent. People get that shit. Some people live a life where it's like, oh, there's nothing going on. It's not fun. I need something to do. I need some excitement. So then they'll leave and they'll go to the army or some shit. They'll, you know what I'm saying? They'll leave the country and go to a crazy country just to see and experience crazy shit. They want to be around the crazy, chaotic shit, whether it's forgiving or unforgiving. You know, they want to be around the shit. And I'm the opposite, where I'm like, bro, I've been around this bullshit. Things could have been better. But what's the point when the cooperation ain't there? And listen, man, maybe I ain't the voice. Maybe I'm not the person to be cooperating with. That's fair. But I can't act like I don't feel nothing from that. Pause. You know? Can't act like I don't feel nothing. Pause. So this is the shit, you know. Anyway, that's my point with this, man. Anyone that tapped in and just decided to tap on it and see what was going on at any point, whether they're here now or just later, if you're here from the playback, whatever's going on, man. Like what I'm saying is like, this is what it's like, man. I be doing this, you know, brainstorming shit, type of shit, whatever. I just be over here rambling. This is where my mind is at. This is how it is tonight. This is how it will be tomorrow. But you know, appreciate the love, man. It's just the scarcity, you know. It's the scarcity that damn near has to be created, unfortunately. And I ain't there yet, man. Like I said, I gotta get back to that top-notch quality. So as much as I do these, man, do these. Shout out to Broly Games. As much as I'm doing these, man, I gotta sit there and flip the script too, balance it out. Balance it out the right way. That's all I'm looking for, man. I'm thinking about it. I'm gonna put it out there. I'm gonna keep putting it out there. You understand me? I'm gonna keep putting it out there into the universe, speaking it out loud and making it happen for real. You know. And this right here, where you see me at, this is where the best connection at. That's the funny part. The best connection be right here. And if it ain't here, it's over down by the park, on that side. So yeah. Thanks for everyone that dropped in on the Taco Tuesday yesterday. That was dope. Shout out to my friends that dropped in on that. My people that dropped in on that. Much love, man. I got the new hoodie, man, today. About the new work hoodie, man. There's some days at the job, they turn down the heat. They keep that shit hot as hell. I'm over here cold. I said hot as hell. They got that shit cold as hell. What the hell did I just say? They keep that shit cold as hell at the workplace sometimes, man. And I'm like, hey, man, day like this, I wasn't prepared. I thought it was yesterday. So I brought my sweater shit, yesterday. I fucked up. That's on me. I fucked up. And I was like, damn, I messed up. So I got my second option in my locker room, or in my locker that we got at the workplace. I got the new hoodie. It's pretty much like a work hoodie. It's hella warm. I was sweating today. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, okay, I'm working for about an hour and a half, 2 hours straight, just kind of just doing my thing. And then I'm like, I'm getting kind of warm. I'm not gonna lie. I'm working. It feels like I'm not working that hard, but I feel warm as hell. So I really like that hoodie, man. I guess what I'm thinking about is the days I'm gonna have to take it home to wash it. Which is, it's not a bad thing. I gotta go home and wash this. So I gotta walk around, especially on a dry day, kind of like today. It was dry for the majority of the day. I just want to go out there, walk around with a plastic bag type shit, bring it to and from work. I gotta do that shit. But yeah, man, I'm looking forward to. Hopefully, I feel good tonight. You know what I'm saying? And by then, I get a chance to just go and do my thing. Do the what do you call this, man? Do the whole thing. How's it going, man? I'm on the mic, man. Sorry. No, you're good. You're good. You have a good night, man. Yeah. No, I got a chance to leave it in the locker, and it's a good thing because it's the cold days, man. It's the cold days. It's like, whether it's today. I thought actually, you know what? Yesterday wasn't that bad, so I did the right. I think I did the right thing. I made the right choice. I will say that. Made the right choice, man. And that's the good part about it, man. That's the great part. That's the great part about it, man. I'm thinking about these things because it's like this is an asset that I bought for myself to get through the work days. And I felt good. I felt part of the team. I felt, like I did my part in participating at the workplace, but I also want to just go and just enjoy, I don't know, man. I'm reflecting on childhood a lot. There's this innocent kid that like wanted to finally one day just experience baseball games, basketball games, football games, just always asking my parents about this stuff. And they're like, yeah, we can't afford it. And when they would just constantly say shit like, yeah, we can't afford it. They never really took the time to try to take me there or whatever. And even if they're trying to look for tickets, they're the type of people, my parents are so fucking cheap. They'll go to their front window and ask for the tickets, and then they'll find the scalp, sell the shit for cheap or whatever. Which isn't a bad thing, man. Which isn't a bad thing. But it's like, we're talking the 90s. I couldn't tell you what was right or wrong. My dad's the type of person, man, he'll get some free shit off the street, somebody selling it. See, he'll do that shit for real with the quickness, man. That shit funny as hell. That shit funny as hell, man. I got a text thread with one of my friends, bro. This dude, every time I call this motherfucker, he hit me with a text. I'm like, this motherfucker right here. It's funny as hell, bro. Every time I call this dude, he hit me with a text. I'm like, this guy. So like whenever seasons come around, man, he never hit me up. I'm like, you know what, bro? I realize it just is what it is. I gotta ask myself, that somewhere down the line I fuck up and I not do my part. But why it's always gotta be me, man? So I reflect on the childhood stuff, man. There's that, you know, that what do you call this, man? It's like the joy of just going somewhere new, experience things new, doing that for yourself. A lot of people don't really do. A lot of people can't afford to do that, which I understand. You know, a lot of people have never done it. A lot of people never left the city that they're born and raised in. I don't want to be that. You know, obviously I'm not, because I've traveled a lot. Traveled a lot. Whether it was by the help of other people or me helping myself, making sure I get there, making sure I go there, make sure I check it out. Being around people who don't want to do it for themselves, and if it was time for them to figure out how to do it, they wouldn't really know how. I'm like, you can do it, man. You can do it if you've been like me and it comes down to work and all that and you've been doing that, you can do it. But some people ain't been doing nothing. And I don't want to be around that anymore either. You know what I'm saying? Keep me around myself and some peace, man. That's what I'm really on. That's what I really need. Keep me around me. Keep me around some peace. That's what I'm really on. That's what I really need. That's all I've been on, bro. That's all I've been saying this whole time. You gonna keep me in this country around people that's gonna sit there and still just be retarded their whole life, man. Never figure shit out. And they know who the fuck they are. Don't ever say I never had the conversation with you. Don't ever say I never had any conversation with you. This is what it looked like, man. Getting amped up and getting that shit recorded. This is a glimpse of what it be like, man. The truancy hour. Shit like this, man. We in that 50 pop. When I say that 50 pop, we really in the 2 to 300s, man. It's 200 section. We in the 200s until we hit that 300. We're in the 200s till we hit the 300, and then we're keeping it hundo the whole time, bro. For the 50 pop. You know what I'm saying? That's how much time we giving them. Talking about me, really. Yeah, man, just being open to shit. Pause. Continuing to be myself, continuing to be just motivated and shit, just understanding like why would you want to deal with this? Some people want to stay and fight. I respect that, but that ain't me, man. I'm like, damn, bro, if I'm telling the truth, I've always been more of a lover than a fighter. And all the people who are actually fighters will sit there and tell me, like, hey, bro, but you one of the best fighters. I'm like, yeah, you might be right. I'm just mad that I had to fight ever. I'm really just mad that I had to fight ever. Never wanted to fight. Fuck all that. If it was up to me, I would never have to fight. You understand? I ain't trying to constantly be a victim of having to react all the time. Who the fuck wants to live like that? Oh shit, they said this, that, and the third. You better do something about it. Oh shit, he did this, that, and the third. You better do something about it. How about I do something about it to the point where you never have to do anything at all? That's the type of shit I'm talking about. Like, I'd rather just lay somebody the fuck out. If I could do it barehanded too, I'm gonna make it happen. But I hate to have to be that way. I hate to have to think that way. You understand? That's what I'm on, bro. I'm like, I hate to have to be that way. I hate to have to think that way. And I hate that the whole, like, for generations after generations, they've always had to think and be that way. Fuck that. Fuck that. That doesn't do nothing for nobody, bro. Oh, yeah, but how you gonna raise your kids then, man? How I raise my kids is how I raise my kids. They're gonna be tough. But they're not gonna sit there and anticipate bullshit, man. They're gonna make sure the blessings come through. Motherfuckers gonna be able to defend themselves, and I'm gonna make sure I fuck them up so they learn how to. You know what I'm saying? If I have daughters, I'm gonna punch them in the face. If I have sons, I'm gonna punch them in the face. It don't matter. You understand? I won't discriminate the gender. We're gonna raise them right. The point I'm making is like, yeah, you're gonna be on point. You're gonna be ready for some bullshit. But at the same time, you must understand that what you have in store for you, what you have expected for you, are nothing but blessings, and you're gonna know how to, you know, manifest that to the highest degree, attract that to the highest degree. You're gonna get what you need and get what you deserve. Talk to him in a better way than I was talked to. I was constantly thought in my mind from a place of deficit, feeling like less than, you understand? Feeling like I didn't have anything, you know what I'm saying? Never that again for myself and for my kids, bro. And I ain't got no kids yet, but I'm just saying, when I have kids, never for them. I'll never put them through that. That's just terrible. You understand? Any ounce or any gram of kindness that you could have got in your life might have been the little thing, the little push that you needed to get over the edge of being successful. I'm just saying, not everyone's a little different, but just every little push. Because there's people who are financially successful and they're just unknown. You understand? There's people who are financially successful who aren't famous. So you don't have to be famous. It's not, when I say successful, you don't have to be famous. You don't have to be known. You can have what you need to do. You can take care of yourself and others around you and not have to be famous. And that's what I'm on. I ain't trying to be famous. I'm trying to make sure I can just take care of myself, bro. That's it. That's it. No other funny duddy shit, man. You got a glimpse into that shit, man. Y'all got a free whatever, man. Anyone that taps into this one and really like scopes through from top to bottom, beginning to end, props to you, man. I couldn't tell you if it was choppy or not. Hopefully it's not. Hopefully people are able to stick around. But yeah, man. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all, man. Peace. I'm out of here. I ain't gonna be wasting no more time. Peace. Man, turn that shit off, man.